Yo guys, what is up? Max in our Starfield video, and today we're going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about Starfield's newest and first ever expansion, Shattered Space. Now, we're going to be breaking down the new things in the DLC, what you can expect, how to access it, and some of the big changes that are coming to the game along with the DLC. And before we dive into the video, huge thanks to Bethesda for sponsoring this video. All right, let's get right into it. So to start us off, Shattered Space is available now on Xbox and PC. You can find a link in the description of the video down below if you want to be taken directly to the page to check it out. Now, with Shattered Space, there's a few really important things to understand. First off, this is a new story expansion. You can start it basically as soon as you complete the tutorial, so you're able to access it very early. However, Bethesda recommends being around level 35-ish if you're going into it. My character going into it was level 30, and I already have gotten a bunch of upgrades, which we'll talk about in a second. But you can start it early, but it's recommended to be around level 35. Now, Shattered Space's big thing is that it comes with a brand new planet to explore. This new planet is quite a bit different than the base game planets, and that it's because it's more handcrafted. At least that's how it's felt so far playing through it. Obviously, with Starfield and its launch and its base game, there was a bazillion planets, and a lot of them obviously were random generated, and you kind of never knew what you were going to encounter. And sometimes you'd have really awesome random generated planets, and sometimes you'd have ones that were a lot more empty space with not as much to do. This expansion is just one planet, and because it's just one planet, it's more kind of detailed and dense with things to do and places to explore. So far I've been enjoying exploring it, and also one of the best things about exploring in the new DLC is the new weapons and gear. Now, I currently and through my time playing Starfield played a stealth build, and already one of the first weapons I found within the first 10 minutes was a suppressed shotgun. That was an immediate upgrade to my build. And so if you have been enjoying a certain build or a certain playstyle, you might find brand new things in the DLC to kind of further progress your build. I never fully finished my build, so now I'm gonna go more into the stealth and more into the shotguns, because I got a shotgun, this calibrated breach thing that I really like. Also found this modified mag pulse, which is a very cool rifle that highlights enemies in thermal imaging, which makes them a lot easier to see, and as a base white weapon is tons of room for modification. So you can expect in the new DLC to find not only new weapons, but also new gear, new spacesuits, and so on. In terms of story in Shattered Space, you're going to be investigating a frightening, a new cosmic threat that is going to be taking place in the city of Dazra, which is the main city on the new planet. And you're going to be interacting with new NPCs and new characters that are part of House of Varun, which is a new faction to Starfield that you can kind of grow an alliance with and learn more about their civilization. In addition to the Shattered Space DLC, if you don't own that and are just jumping back into Starfield without the expansion, there are new things for you to explore, and one of the biggest updates is the new Rev 8 vehicle. Now, one of my issues with Starfield at base game, there was a lot of open space, and sometimes you'd see something cool in the distance, but it would take you quite a while to get there. Just a August update, they added the new Rev 8 vehicle, which is very easy to acquire and equip on your vehicle. Basically, all you need to do is go talk to a service technician. They'll install a vehicle module for you, and then boom, you've got yourself a Rev 8, which will automatically deploy outside the ship whenever you land. So you just basically, whenever you're landing your ship, boom, vehicle, you can just jump in it and go explore. There's also some pretty big updates to the base game, one of those being a new frame rate target, which you can now choose between 30, 40, 60, or uncapped frame rates, which is very nice. You can also prioritize between visual and performance mode so that you can get the best experience out of Starfield, and you can now also have the option to turn VSync on or off. I personally prefer having VSync off most of the time while I'm playing, just an additional quality of life. In addition to those performance improvements, they've made a bunch of changes that, there's kind of too many to read out all at once. But they've done a bunch of fixes to quests that were having issues. They've improved some of the gameplay things, such as robots and turrets will now take damage from EM weapons. Definitely was an issue before. They've added some features to the creation kit. They made one big change that I really like is you no longer get jostled around when you're jumping. So your camera should be more steady. So if you're playing for long sessions, shouldn't be bothering you as much. They've also added a bunch of like collision fixes and texture fixes and improvements for different locations. They've added some additional functionality and improvements to the shipbuilding and the vehicle FX and sensitivities. Also, bunch of improvements there, even more UI improvements. You get the point. They did a lot of fixes to the base game. So now is a decent time to jump back in if you haven't played Starfield or you want to explore the DLC. Guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to leave you with some kind of like just no camera gameplay of just exploring, no spoilers, no story or anything like that. Just kind of exploring so you can get a feel for like the vibe and the atmosphere that the new planet brings. And once again, huge thanks to Bethesda for sponsoring this video. All right, guys, enjoy the gameplay and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care. Peace.